Graphs of a quadratic function passes through a certain point, and the zeros are -4 and 2. Write the equation in general form. So I'm going to take out some things here and just sort of highlight them based on what we've read. We want our answer in general form. We're given, the information we're given a single point, and we're given zeros of -4 and 2. What's another word for zeros?
X-intercepts.
X-intercepts. Okay. So if we look at our overall diagram, we want our final answer as the blue circle. But you have nothing that in the stuff that they gave us x-intercepts and they gave us a point. Okay? Do we know the vertex? No, so the standard form is not very helpful. The standard form is if you know the vertex. Okay? Do we know the x-intercepts? Yes. So we can, maybe if we can get the black form, then we can just expand it and go back to the blue form in the end. So that's what we're going to try to do. There we go. We're going to start with factored form. You're going to go to your formula sheet and write out the factored form. That's the formula on your formula sheet for factored form. And what do we already know? We know the zeros. So if one of the zeros is -4, does it make sense that the factor would have to be x plus 4? And if the other zero is 2, does it make sense that the factor would have to be x minus 2? If those are your zeros. Now we've almost got factored form, we just don't know the a value. That's where the point comes into play. Anytime you're given a point on the graph, that point makes the equation true. So what we can do is we can plug in the point, its y coordinate and its x coordinate, to find the a value. So I know that when y is -60, that x has to be 6. So I plug that in and I simplify and see if I can get a by itself. This will be 10, this will be 4. Divide both sides by 40. And I can probably simplify that. So I know my a value is -3/2, so now I have the complete factored form. X plus 4, x minus 2. This is the factored form. Now if you have factored form or standard form, you can always find general form by expanding, combining like terms, and just simplify. So we're going to find, switch to blue. We can find the general form by expanding. I'm going to leave the fraction to the end. I'm going to multiply this and FOIL that out first. That'll be x squared. Outside and inside will be plus 2x. And the last one minus 8. And I would say by now, when you FOIL something out, can you do the outside and inside all in one step without writing them out separately? I think it's probably pretty easy by now. Okay? And then the last thing we have to do here is we have to distribute this. So that'll give me -3/2x squared. And -3/2 times 2, well, the 2's will cancel out. That'll just be -3x. Negative times a negative will be positive. 3 times 8 is 24/2. Will just be 12. And it's not hard to get general form once you have either factored form or standard form. You just have to multiply it out, combine your like terms, and you'll have it simple. All right, questions for practice on this one? Just circle number 8.